I'm banging black pride 24/7, 365. Not just for February. My fist tied my whole life. I'm black, 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 black. Black, 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 black. You ain't digging for artifacts. And the fact that you found us while searching for your origin only left y'all lost and looking furious.
Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Get This Wisdom Live. I am your host for tonight, Shakti Sterner, and I'm really excited, y'all. I have to let y'all know, financial literacy is something that our people do not have as a whole. We suffer from the lack of knowledge, and living in this country, fiat currency or the American dollar is the way of getting what you need. It's the currency that we use. You know, our ancestors did barter at one point in time, but we are not in our original state of thinking or state of living or handling business. So we have to be in a space of financial awareness. And that's what made me think of having a whole week devoted to, financial literacy and what that looks like. And we have a number of different experts coming on the platform for this awareness to give us knowledge in the area of credit, finances, uh, long-term saving practices, what have you. And this is what we need to know. If we want to build generational wealth, we have to have this knowledge. So tonight we have a powerful, powerful, powerful young lady on the platform. I've been observing her work for a while now. Her name is it now. Tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, Queen. Okay, it's Tiqura McCowan.
Tiqura McCowan.
Okay, pardon me. I don't. I look. Try to get it right. We're gonna bring the sister on here. She gonna get busy for y'all. I've been really observing her movements, and she's been helping people get their stuff together left and right. So now these people have a sense of financial freedom, and they can really make some moves in this world and start to building something sustainable for their family. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring the queen on up to the forefront and ask her to provide the family with a little bit of her history and a description of what it is that she does for the people.
Peace, family. My name is Tiqura McCowan. I am a credit specialist with Financial Education Services. And what I do is I actually help people restore, maintain, and build their credit. The credit agencies have gotten so that many people feel like they are the law, or that they have, this ability to put whatever on your report, and that's just what it is. So many times people have incorrect information on their credit reports that they don't even know about. So I actually help you recognize those errors and get those removed so that you can increase your credit score. And in return, you can use your credit score to help with your bills, because when you go get your utilities turned on, they also check your credit. So, we waste thousands of dollars a year because of a poor credit score. A person with a credit score within the 400s is paying the same car insurance as someone with a DWI. So it's very important that that you become financial literate, that you can recognize that and increase your credit score. I help people with evictions, collections, child support, bankruptcy, public records, identity theft, judgments, repossessions, late payments, tax liens, foreclosures, medical bills, any negative items on your credit report I can help you with. We also help people get out of debt. So we offer Debt Zero. We offer LifeLock, which protects your identity. We do offer credit attorneys. So if the credit agencies is not trying to remove incorrect information off your credit report, we do go to court on your behalf. We also offer smart credit, and with the smart credit, just the app that you can download on your phone and notify you each time that your credit score goes up as well. And then I also help people get a will, a trust, and a power of attorney, which is very important too, to have your documents in order. So that's just a little bit about the financial protection plan membership service that I do offer.
Awesome, Queen. So, given the line of work that you do and your expertise, can you explain to us who don't have a full and clear understanding of credit? Can you tell us exactly what credit is and what it consists of?
Well, basically, your credit score is just a number. They do have different scales. So you have your FICO score, which is the most common. That's the one that car lenders and mortgage lenders often pull up to see if you get approved for a loan for a car or a home. So your FICO score is just calculated based off of your credit report. And your payment history is 35% of your credit score. So paying your bills on time is major key to actually having a great credit score. And then the history of your credit. So when you open up lines of credit, all of that accounts for it. Even paying your bills on time, that's a major part of your credit score.
Given that, all of us have our credit, our lines of credit when we're born, how much of an impact does one having a negative credit history, a negative credit score, how much of an impact does that leave on their future, on their children? How are their children directly affected by a person having negative credit or no credit?
Well, you're leaving debt behind, for your kids. I just believe either you're going to leave a legacy behind or debt. So a person with no credit or a person with bad credit is just the same. So like I said, if you have bad credit, then you're wasting thousands of dollars. That can be something that can be invested towards your future and the future of your kids. So I'm here to help, most definitely. So we do have someone out there that's tuning in tonight with no credit and bad credit. Please feel free to reach out to me so that I can check out your personal situation and we can further assist you.
Wonderful. And, we live in a country, in a society where so much is based off of this credit score. And I'm of the understanding that we as Black people, original people, whatever title you prefer to use when speaking upon us, are at a disadvantage due to the lack of having financial literacy, whereas other cultures and other races are taught from basically the womb, make sure you have this right, make sure you have that right, make sure your credit cards and all this stuff is right and exact. So how can we go about actually shifting that paradigm in our culture so our people can have a chance in this country to live a life of abundance?
Well, one thing that we can start to do early is, you can open up a credit card, and you can have that credit card, and you are able to add your kids onto that credit card. You don't have to necessarily give your kids the credit card, but just add them onto it so that they can start building up credit while they are still in school. So once they, reach of age and they're getting ready to step out to the real world, they have already started building up credit. So then when they go out here and try to get their first apartment or try to get their first car, it's not as hard. That's what other races have been doing for a very long time, helping their kids get ahead with doing that.
Awesome. And, since we're in this paradigm of becoming more knowledgeable in all areas, we definitely have to take on the fact that finances in this country is big. Money, although I don't really care for it because I know that piece of paper that we are forced to use to live is nothing but legal tender. It's paper. You can burn it. It really has no value behind it. Like I said before, it's fiat currency. So what are some necessary steps you would say that we should take, those of us in this country, because let's face it, a lot of us have terrible credit because we are financially illiterate. So what are some necessary steps we can take to make sure that our children don't have that problem? You just mentioned adding them on to the credit card, which I didn't even know was possible. Thank you for that, by the way. But what are some other things that we can do in terms of financial literacy, credit, and things of that nature to make sure that our children don't become slaveries to debt, become
Definitely.
enslaved to debt, pardon me.
Right. Definitely, definitely wanting to know, because there's information out here. So, we have the internet, we have Google, we have access to books. So you have people out here like myself that's trying to educate our community. So, if you don't know something, don't be afraid, to ask, for one. And then the steps that we can take, like I said, is just trying to educate yourself. Get around those that's also trying to build, and link with those and just learn, and we can all figure this out together so that we can do what's necessary to leave a legacy behind for our kids.
Indeed. So, you know, until a few years ago, I wasn't even personally, I wasn't aware of credit repair per se. I've always knew about bankruptcies and Chapter 7 and Chapter 11 and so on and so forth. What is the difference between credit repair and filing for bankruptcy, and why do you advocate more for credit repair than bankruptcy?
Yes, because most of the times, you can have something on your credit report, and when they sell your information over to the collection agencies, most of the time the collection agencies can't verify that information. They have to take it off of your credit report. So we do follow the Fair Credit Reporting Act, and the credit agencies don't always follow that act. So we find that they are doing something illegal, then we catch that and remove it. So that's why I tell people, many times you don't need to file for bankruptcy. You do need credit repair because some of the stuff that's on your credit report can be taken off. So I have seen some of my clients actually get bankruptcies taken off of their credit report.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
and and about how many people have you worked with? You can give us a rough estimate.
So far, I have worked with this year.
This year.
This year so far, I have worked with over 30 people. I am on a mission to help 100 people this month alone.
Awesome, awesome. And how many years total have you been working with credit? Are you just beginning? Is something have you had an interest in since you were younger? How long have you been using this form of liberation to get through to our people so they can level the playing field when it comes to all of these establishments out here playing games with their livelihood because of the lack, quote unquote, of money?
Right. I have been a part of this for over a year now. The company that I'm with is called Financial Education Services, which was founded in 2004. So the company itself has been around for years. So we are rated A+ with the Better Business Bureaus. So we have a very good track record. And like I said, not only do we offer the credit restoration, but we also help people with debt zero. So if you have any debt, we can help you get out of that. If you don't have a will, a power of attorney, and a trust, we help you get those documents on order, which is very important because, many times people pass away and then they don't know what's going to happen to their kids. And since they didn't have those documents in order, their kids are taken, the state can easily take them. So we offer all of that in our protection plan membership with the credit restoration included.
Look, look, you over here, I'm over here checking stuff off in my head like, yep, I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna need that. That's dope. I love what you're doing. I'm very excited that we have our people waking up to the truth of the world, yet and the knowledge of themselves, yet being realistic of what it takes to survive in this society, in this westernized culture. So I'm very, very, very proud of you, sister, and I'm thankful of the work that you do on a continuous basis to educate our people so we can have that generational wealth going on. You know, we have 1.1, anywhere from 1.1 to 1.7 trillion dollars in buying power as a collective amongst us in this community, and we own nothing. And that starts with the lack of financial literacy. We are taught from the
Right.
womb to be consumers as opposed to being producers, and then we are hit with this blow of, well, you had to do this to survive, so now you can't get any type of credit card or any type of vehicle because you might have been evicted from your house because you couldn't pay your rent or some shit like that. And I do cuss on this platform, so to any children out there, forgive me. Anybody that don't like cussing, I'm sorry, but it is what it is. This is who we are. This is how we move. So, in your thoughts, Queen, what are some of the ways that we can gain from saying, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and make this investment and getting my credit cleared up so I can make certain moves in my life? What are certain things that we stand to gain and benefit as people in this country with working towards better credit?
Like I said, it did. We have, even down to our car insurance. We paying all this money for car insurance because of our bad credit. So that's more money that can be coming in and getting invested back into our communities. Also down to cell phones, us want to get cell phones that run our credit. Utilities, you go get your lights cut on, they run your credit. You have to put down a deposit with bad credit. It just depends on what's your credit score. So, we work on our credit, and it just depends on your own personal goals. You work on your personal credit, start working on your business credit. That's how we'll be able to actually get businesses into our communities and grow. So we have very good benefits of working with our credit. And then we can also pass things down to our kids, and we can let them know all of the information that we have learned. And even if you have bad credit, it's something that can be fixed. So you don't have to feel stuck, because I have a lot of people that come to me feeling stuck. They get discouraged because they go so many places and don't get approved for what they want. So they can't get that home that they're trying to get, or they can't get that car that they're trying to get to help their family. So it's very important.
Indeed. And can you clarify to us what a good credit score is? A lot of us are confused on that whole scale as a whole, 750, 650, all this and that. A lot of people don't really understand from this range to this range is considered good credit. From this range to this range is considered moderate credit, and so on and so forth. So can you give us a little bit of education on the actual credit scores themselves?
We have different scales. You have the vintage one, which is the one that people mostly see when they go on like Credit Karma, which I always advise actually investing in a credit monitoring system such as Smart Credit, or go to myfico.com to actually see your FICO score. So you have the FICO score, then you have the vintage one. The FICO score is the one that car lenders and mortgage lenders actually pull up. And what I would consider a good score is any 700 and up. That's mainly in the range of the good score. So FICO score can range anywhere from 350 to up. So yeah, if you anywhere down from a 700, which you can get good interest rates with something in your 600s, but it just depends. Your interest rates will be much better.
And do you think, honestly, that original people, blacks, indigenous, Africans in America, whatever, like I said before, whatever your title may be, do you think that we're automatically predisposed to having a lower credit score due to our race?
Definitely with the lack of education on it and we get out here without it, yeah, we definitely have a disadvantage because most of our people, you know, fall victim to like payday loans. That's a very huge one. Um, and they be having interest rates as high as 29.7%, like very ridiculous interest rates. So we have a disadvantage. Yes.
And how would you define interest? See, we got to have this fully documented for the babies so they know from us what this stuff is and what it looks like so they can go back into the archives and have a full understanding. What exactly is interest so that we know?
Well, basically, say for instance, you go get a loan. You know, you're gonna say if I were to ask for $1,000 loan, then the company that's going to lend me the money, they're going to apply interest. And interest is basically the money that you're paying to borrow the money. Um, so they'll attach that interest. So you'll be paying $1,000 plus the interest that you owe from even borrowing the money. And when they do that, they usually tax. They apply a very huge amount of interest for you borrowing that money, so you will end up paying way more money than what the loan was even worth.
Indeed, you know, we have to really look at this thing for what it is and have a full understanding. When you look into the Federal Reserve banks, right? A lot of people don't even know what the Federal Reserve is, but the Federal Reserve is the entity that is responsible for printing out the money that we use. But they don't even understand how that's a separate establishment from the United States government. They are not cohesive. So when you look at that and then do the knowledge to the Federal Reserve banks, you see that every dollar that's printed out is printed out with a level of interest to it. So given that knowledge, there will never be a time in this society where this country is out of debt. We will always be in debt because the interest is on every dollar printed out from the Federal Reserve Bank. And we have to fully know that certain things are used as test tools in our communities so that we do get higher prices for this and higher prices for that. When they do the whole what is it, consensus forms or the sense y'all know what I'm trying to say. Every year they document how many people live in this household. They go from door to door doing all this crap.
Right.
You know, they're taking count of how many black people it is that are technically within the urban community, so they know how to price things within the environment that they're in. So I definitely agree with you on us being at a disadvantage when it comes to the credit scores already and this, that, and the third. So we have to work that much harder so we can have good credit, as they call it, so our babies can have the freedom of not having to carry on our debt into their lives, so we can create
Right.
that generational wealth for our families and generations to come. Because um, if we look at other cultures, specifically the white race, they plan for at least 3 to 4 generations ahead, whereas we think about the next day. So we definitely got some work to do. And let's say you have a person that has just terrible credit. They're like maybe at a credit score of 300 or below. What do you think that they need to do? I know the first step you say, come on and see me so I can help you out. But what type of mindset would they need to develop so they won't mess up their line of credit once it's repaired?
Well, for one, you know, you have to know that basically credit is how you manage your money. So, like I said, 35% of your credit score accounts for how you pay your bills. So, if you don't pay your bills on time and you don't plan on paying your bills on time, even after you get your credit fixed, then it's not going to make much difference. So, you have to really want to be able to get yourself together financially, you know, pay your bills on time, actually manage your money, um, do the things necessary for you to stay on top of your game when it comes to your credit. I do help people, you know, come up with a game plan so they can stick to it. to actually help them once they finish reaching whatever score or accomplishing whatever they had wanted to get off of their credit report. But the mindset that they will want to have is to want to build, build a legacy so that you can have something to leave your kids. I always say, I'm leaving behind a legacy and not debt. So that's a mentality that you would definitely want to have.
Actual fact. So, in your, given the line of work that you do, and then I'm pretty sure you had to study, so what you're doing. It you had to apply these practices to your life. At what age should we start really talking to our babies about maintaining their credit and becoming owners versus consumers, becoming producers versus consumers? At what age should we sit our children down and have that conversation with them?
I say, your kids, whatever age that you feel like you should start installing that in them as early as possible. To me, I have seen kids out here 5 years old, 7, starting lemonade stands, want to be entrepreneurs. Go ahead and start out early. You can start out with something as simple as explaining how to manage money, how to budget money. Start going ahead and letting them know that they can become an owner of a company, whatever they want to do or whatever industry they want to end up in, they can open up their own. Start out as early as possible. The mindset of your child, and you have more mature kids out here today. They are growing at a very rapid rate than we did. So you want to start talking to them early, early.
I have two children myself. I have a 6-year old and a 3-year old little girl, and my 6-year old daughter, she's already following me behind, and mommy, I want to do this for the business, and is this for our business, and that, so we definitely have to give them what we didn't have, which is a fighting chance in this world. And one of those main reasons being, we have to have some sort of a positive credit line and a positive credit report in this country. We just have to. If you want to, like you said, buy a car, buy a house, paying off your bills on time and all of that, we have to have a sound structure of credit, a sound base of credit. So we definitely have to become more awakened to the shift that is happening. As I said, I've been observing your work, and I'm looking at you like, yeah, today I helped how many people today, and tomorrow I'm going to help out. I'm like, this queen is doing it. So what actually inspired you to do this work?
Well, I know for one, I didn't, have the knowledge passed down to me. So, once I got out of high school, I had to learn everything on my own. So I just made up in my mind, I'm going to educate myself. And once I educate myself, I want to start educating my people. I'm definitely passionate about helping young women like myself. You transition out here to womanhood. It's kind of hard when you don't have anyone teaching you what you need to know in regards to finances. This I started this business while I was in college. It helped me get through college. So I just educated myself, and I've been educating my people ever since.
Awesome. And in about 5 years, where do you see the state of our people as a whole being, as far as finances and businesses and credit wise? Where do you see us being, given the direction we're going in right now?
I would say I have seen a very major shift in our people. I have seen more people actually wanting to become more aware and wanting to build more. So I know I'm on a mission, and I believe that your vibe attract your tribe. So as a whole, as in my tribe, I feel like we're going to start building businesses in our communities. We're going to take back our communities and build homes, have our own neighborhoods, have our own stores, build our own grocery stores. So that's where I see us headed.
And how old are you again, Queen?
22.
22. My goodness. See, that's the beauty of our ancestors right there, because I'm 30 years old, and to me, you're like a baby, but I know you're grown. But it just inspires me because the generation up under me is they so powerful. You guys are so powerful, and you like, we not playing no more. If y'all elders ain't getting y'all stuff together, we gonna show everybody how it's done. And I just get emotional because, whew, sister girl, it's queens like you that give me hope for the future of our people. I'm really in awe of you, my queen, to have this part of life, this knowledge of yourself at such a young age, and actually applying it to uplift yourself and those around you is nothing short of amazing, queen. So I just wanted to thank you for a minute and for everything that you're doing right now at the sweet tender age of 22. Family, we got some work to do. Our babies, our little brothers and our little sisters is like, look, we on your head right now. We want better. We want better. We want a chance. So we about to take it over and show what we supposed to do. Like, you got me emotional, sister. So, so as a black woman, a young black woman, what are some of the disadvantages you personally faced before you became educated in this way, such as financial literacy?
It was hard for me to get my first place, having to go through the complications of trying to find a co-signer to even help me get into my first place so that I can go to college. So that was that was a bit of trouble that I had faced because I didn't have any credit at all. So I had to build from scratch, and having no credit is the same as having bad credit. So I know that was hard. Luckily, I never tried to get a car, but I always had a cash car. But I know that if it wasn't for me getting a cash car, then I would have had to go to a car dealership. Most people can't afford a cash car. So, if they have good credit, then they can go to the lot and not have to put no money down and have a very low interest rate and can actually have transportation. I had a young woman that, she have 2 kids. She's in school. She's working. And her car ended up breaking down. And because she has been working on her credit, she was able to go get a car. So, for that to happen, that's great. So, I haven't really faced too many disadvantages, thankfully, but I know that it is others out there that have. So that's why I am on a mission to help them.
That's just beautiful. And how has your stance on financial freedom and liberation affected those around you, your family, your friends? What type of influence have you had on them to move forward?
My mom is actually, she supports me. She actually signed up as one of my clients, and she has seen a very big difference in her score, and she's wanting to even learn more, because not being the knowledge, it wasn't her fault that she couldn't pass it down to me because it wasn't passed down to her. But luckily I am able to break a cycle. It's all about breaking cycles and wanting to become different so that the next generation don't have to repeat the same one. So I feel like I have inspired my family and friends to want to get their finances in order, work on their credit, so that we can get ready to buy some land. We can build up this business credit to start our own business and expand. That have had a very big impact on.
And you said that you're on a mission. How many people do you want to help this year alone?
Just this month, August, I want to help 100 people. But this year alone, I know I want to reach over 500 people, and I can do it. You know, social media is powerful. The internet is powerful. I get out here and I go to different stores, barbershops. I go to wash houses. I go everywhere to try to reach out people to help them. I go post flyers. I go talk to people in stores. So I'm on a mission.
Could you in the beginning you went over a list of services that you provide. Can you go over that list again and give us a brief description of each one of the services that you provide, and if there is a set price that you offer, or if that price is dependent upon the person and the work you have to do? Do you mind sharing that with us?
Well, we offer everything in our protection plan membership. So with that membership comes the credit restoration. So we offer credit restoration. We offer credit builder. So we help people with no credit build up their credit. We also offer smart credit. With smart credit, it's an app that you can download on your phone, and each time that your credit score goes up, you'll get a notification. We offer debt zero. With that, you'll be able to actually get out of debt. You can enter in your information, and we'll come up with a unique plan for you to help you get out of debt sooner. We offer LifeLock. With the LifeLock, it protects your identity. I've seen 3 people this week alone on Facebook say that their bank accounts, had been broken into, and people were stealing their money. Well, LifeLock will identify and notify you that your accounts, before it even happened, that your account was in an attempt to get compromised. We offer financial lockbox, and with the financial lockbox, if you are a business owner, this is very important because you need to have those documents in place. So if anything were to ever happen to you, then we will actually notify the person that you put in charge, and they will receive all of your important documents. We offer life insurance to agents. If you were to wanted to sign up as a credit repair agent to offer other services to people as well, then we do offer life insurance up to $100K with no medical exam. We offer My Care Plan, so you'll be able to get discounts on health insurance. We offer discount shopping. So all of this is included in the protection plan membership. It's very easy to get started. It's just a $188 fee. How that breaks down to $99 enrollment fee plus $89. After that, it's just $89 a month. So it's very affordable. It's no contract. So once a person feel like they're satisfied, with their score and their report, they don't have to continue to pay.
Awesome. And can you give an estimate, if you can? I know it probably varies from person to person, depending on how much work that has to be done to help clear their account, their credit, and get them on the right track. What is a brief estimate of time do you have to devote per client? Is it 6 months to a year, 24 months, 12 to 24 months? How long does it usually take for the entire process?
It can take a minimum of 90 days or less. It just all depends on the client's report. So, it varies from person to person, but I have seen my clients have results within 45 to 90 days.
Wow. You're pretty darn good at what you do. Indeed. So if people wanted to, utilize your services, how would they reach out to you? What forms of communication do you have available for people that are looking to work with you and have it take you on to, provide services for them?
Well, for one, they can visit my website at www.tmcreditrepair.us. I am on social media, Facebook, Instagram, Tiqura McCowan, and that's how they can get with me. I'll be happy to go ahead and get them started.
Alrighty, I don't want to keep you too long because I know you got some clients to work for. I have a couple of more questions for you before we wrap up. What is one mistake that people make when going about utilizing their credit?
I would say one mistake that people often make is they feel like, oh, if I pay this bill off, or if I pay this collection, to automatically remove it from my credit report. That's not always the case. You have to get it in writing. So if you feel like you want to pay off a bill that's on your credit report, then you need to get back in contact with that creditor and get something in writing saying, if I were to set up a payment plan, or if I were to, go ahead and pay off this collection, then you will remove this from my credit report, instead of paying it off and then it don't get removed. And then, you like, okay, well, this didn't get removed, but they didn't put it in writing. So you want to get that in writing.
Awesome, awesome. you know, we live in a time where so many things are attached to credit. Basically, your entire livelihood is attached to having good credit. If there is one thing you could tell our people right now about financial literacy, what would that be?
I would say making sure that you pay your bills on time. And I know, sometimes it's kind of hard to make ends meet. And if that is the case, then you want to communicate, call the place that you may not be able to pay your bills on time and communicate, because if you don't, they will report it, to the credit bureaus. Also, if you're looking to build up credit before going to go open up accounts with your creditors, you want to check out those interest rates. Sometimes those interest rates are ridiculous, and you can go somewhere else and figure out something better to do than opening up with that particular creditor. So that's a very important thing as well.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you gave out the information if people wanted to utilize your services, how they can get in touch with you. Is there anything else that you have going on that you would like to share with our people?
Yes. So I am having a Greenville credit seminar for anyone that's located in Eastern North Carolina, and it'll be August the 26th at, let me see, 1101 Ward Street in Greenville, NC 27834 is the zip code, and it'll be August the 26th on a Saturday from 2 to 4.
Look at that. She's having seminars and everything, yo. Like, it's a movement for real, for real. I just want to say thank you, for coming on with us and giving us a bit of your knowledge and how you see things, how you operate, and how being financial literate in this world can help us progress to the next level and not leave our children fighting due to our poor decisions. So again, I want to thank you, Queen. It's an honor speaking with you tonight. And whatever you need from us at Get This Wisdom Live, Get This Wisdom magazine, you just let me know and we can make it happen. All right.
Thank you, sis.
Thank you, beautiful. You have a great night, and I'll be getting in touch with you for some services soon.
Okay. Thank you. Peace, family.
Peace and Black Power. Thank you. And there you have it, family. Our first episode of the Financial Literacy Awareness Week on Get This Wisdom Live has officially just popped off. You got some good knowledge there, some stuff that I didn't even know. Check us out on Sunday. We'll be coming back with our second episode, and you don't want to miss that one either, family. We got some more powerful information coming for you. And as I said before, I am Shakti Sterner, your host for the evening, and we'll be back soon. Until next time, peace, love, and Black Power.